Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is for us to be together. That's what those words mean, and how amazing it is that we get to bring in Rosh Hashanah now together. And I just want to say, looking at all of your faces, it feels so good to be here with you. This is truly a time of sweetness and joy. And do you know what we do on Rosh Hashanah? What we do, there's something that we eat, and I know some of you might know what it is. Who can tell me what we eat? Yes, what's something we eat on Rosh Hashanah? You, yes. We do eat challah on Rosh Hashanah.
Oh, wait, how does the challah look?
And does anyone know what the challah looks like? It's a little different than a regular challah. Yes, over here. It's a circular challah because it's the circle of the new year and starting again, and it represents completion and wholeness and all the blessings that are going to come. But I want to be honest, that wasn't the thing I was thinking of. Who can tell me what else we might eat that's special on Rosh Hashanah? I see these two. Apples dipped in honey for Rosh Hashanah. And who can tell me why apples and honey are so special? What do they mean for the new year? Yes. Why are they so yummy? Why are apples and honey so yummy? Because they taste sweet. That's right. They taste sweet. And it's an amazing thing because, you know, the rabbis, they could have decided that you just have to eat sweet apples, or that you just have to eat sweet honey, but we have apples and honey because our year should be doubly sweet, because we should make every sweetness that much sweeter. And you know what? For your parents and your grandparents, to all the people that are here with you, I want you to know that you make their lives so sweet. And together we're going to bring in so much sweetness, double sweetness for this year together. And let's sing a little bit about apples and honey now.
Do you want to teach them how to say apples and honey in Hebrew?
Let's do that, yeah. Cantor, what's the Hebrew word for apples?
Well, one apple is tapuach, and then when there are more of them, so all of us, I'm sure we're going to eat more than one apple, right? Yeah, lots of apples. Tapuchim. Can you guys say that?
Tapuchim. That means apples.
Apples. And honey is dvash.
Dvash.
Can you guys say that?
Dvash. Yummy dvash.
So it's tapuchim udvash. Yum, 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 yums. So we're going to sing. And if you want to pretend that you're dipping your slice of apple into some honey, I know I love that. Tapuchim udvash beRosh Hashanah. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah, Shana tova umetuka. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah, apples and honey for the new year. Apples and honey, Rosh Hashanah's here. A very good year, a sweet new year. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Let's get some clapping in here. So we're going to do this. Tapuchim udvash beRosh Hashanah. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Shana tova umetuka. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Excellent. Now let's try it again. Tapuchim. Well, I'll do it in English actually. We gather and we pray on Rosh Hashanah. Clap, clap. We hear the shofar play on Rosh Hashanah. How will we grow in this new year? Let's celebrate together on Rosh Hashanah. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Shana tova umetuka. Tapuchim udvash leRosh Hashanah. Nicely done. Oh, I've got a really good one. Do you know this? Do you know the Rosh Hashanah boogie?
I remember last year you leading us in this, but you weren't here physically, so it was hard to follow the moves.
Okay.
So I am
There's some
very
good moves.
excited for us to boogie together this Rosh Hashanah.
So, do you guys know how to boogie? Do you guys know how to boogie?
How do you boogie?
How do you boogie? There you go, you got it. You shake your arms, right? You shake your hips, you move your legs. That's how we boogie. Boogie, by the way, is another word for dancing. I like the word boogie, right? So this is going to be the Rosh Hashanah boogie, and you guys are going to have to do ooh, ah, okay?
Let's practice that. Ooh, ah.
So it's going to be the Rosh Hashanah boogie, ooh, ah. The Rosh Hashanah boogie,
Ooh, ah.
Good. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. Ooh, except we'll do it in this key. Okay. Some apples and some honey, so good and so sweet. Make me want to clap my hands and move my feet and do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. Okay, now I need to see some boogieing. Not just oohs and ahs, but let's see some boogieing. With a prayer in our heart and a smile on our face, we'll think of ways to make the world a better place and do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. We'll be good to our families and kind to our friends until the Jewish New Year comes around again. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. Well, some apples and some honey, so good and so sweet. Makes me want to clap my hands and move my feet and do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. That's a pretty good boogieing.
Yeah.
Nicely done. I like that round of applause.
Way to start the new year off right. Now, on Rosh Hashanah, in addition to playing Cantor's guitar, there's another musical instrument that we always play on Rosh Hashanah. Does anyone know what it is? It's a very special instrument that's been around for thousands of years. In fact, it's been the longest played musical instrument of any musical instrument ever. Yes, over there. Who knows what it is? That's right. It's a shofar. Andre, let me see your shofar for just a moment. Andre's going to sound the shofar for us in just a little bit. And this is a small but mighty shofar. And I want to point out a couple of things about the shofar that I think are really important about one of the things that it teaches us. So if you look at the shofar, right, there are two sides of it. Does anyone know which side you blow into? Which side you blow into? Yes, the smaller side. And which side does the sound come out of? The bigger side. And one of the things that this teaches us, you know, is that some of us, there are times where we feel like we're small. Our parents, they're a little taller than us. So are our grandparents sometimes, right? Sometimes we feel like we can't make a big difference because we say we're so small we can't do it. But the shofar comes to teach us that no matter how small you feel, you can make a big noise. In fact, every big noise that's ever been made by anybody started with somebody realizing that even though they were just one person, they could make a difference. And that's one of the things that we all think about on Rosh Hashanah, the way in which we can make this year even better just by being us. So when we listen to the sounds of the shofar, and there are 4 different sounds that we make from the shofar, that's something that we can think about. And we're going to hear the shofar now or first sing about the shofar?
Well, I thought we would do a little bit of candle lighting before we did the shofar stuff, but do you want to do it now?
I definitely thought we were doing shofar now. Okay. Ta-da. Perfect.
Well, you know what they say, shofar, show good.
Shofar, show good. Should we?
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, since I just did.
I'm here all week, folks. No, like, seriously, I'm here all week. Okay.
Let's do it now.
You want to do it now?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do it now.
It's not time for candlelighting yet, anyways.
So you don't want to tell that again in 10 minutes?
Not exactly.
Okay. Okay, so some of you guys might know this one, because I don't know about you, but I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow, sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year.
We're going to repeat after Cantor each of the sounds of the shofar.
Okay. True. That's the wrong one.
Tekiah.
All right. Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Shevarim.
Shevarim.
True.
Teru.
Tekiah Gedolah. Your turn.
Tekiah Gedolah. Now we're out of breath.
No, you guys can do it.
I like to hear.
Nice. I like to hear
The shofar blast.
Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Should I blow the shofar?
All right.
All right.
Tekiah.
I don't know if I should. Should I have this on?
No, that's fine, yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Ooh. Ooh.
Shevarim.
Meh. It's the lipstick, actually. I don't know if you realize this. It makes it slippery. I didn't think about that.
I mean, I didn't put on lipstick this evening, but something to keep in mind.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, when fashion goes against us. Oh, Andre.
Andre's gonna help us out with this one.
Now that I spit all over
Sure.
it.
It's not the lipstick. I can't do it.
You can't do it?
All right, I'll try again.
I mean, I can try, but I don't know. This is a small mouth for me.
Because you have a big mouth.
I do have a big mouth. I confess. I confess.
Did one.
All right.
All right.
True. All right. That was something.
You're okay. Thank you very
Tekiah Gedolah.
Everybody brace yourselves.
We have other Baltikiyas tomorrow.
So I can wear lipstick tomorrow?
You can wear lipstick tomorrow. I liked hearing the shofar blast.
You know what? I'm better at singing. Well, I don't know about you guys.
I like to hear it.
I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast, sometimes at all. I like to hear the shofar blast.
A happy, happy, happy New Year. Oh, let's. Do you want to blow the shofar?
Just do one big blow. Yeah?
All right, friends, we're going to light the candles now to officially bring in our holiday. That's right. Now that we've heard the shofar for good, we're all set. So we're going to light these candles eventually.
And the blessing that we're going to say is very similar to what we say on Shabbat, but the last two words are going to be lehadlik ner shel yom tov. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov.
Shechianu.
Ooh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. Who here is celebrating Rosh Hashanah for the first time in their lives?
Ooh, I know at least one.
I know two.
Two.
Oh
Three.
my gosh. One,
Yeah, there's a few.
Two. We've got a few for the first time in their lives. And this is why we say shehechianu, because we're thanking God for giving us the opportunity to be here together, to celebrate Rosh Hashanah together, whether the first time in your little lives or many times over. Shehechianu v'ki. You're not old, don't worry. You're just in the front row. Baruch.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do a special prayer now that calls us all to be together and says how much we love God, and it's called the Baruch Hu. But one of the things that happens during this prayer is that we all stand up. I know. We all stand up, and then after Cantor bows, we're going to bow towards the ark just like this. All right?
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam voed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam voed.
That was some great standing and bowing, and we're going to do another prayer right now that I think you know, the Shema. The Shema is a very special prayer that reminds us that wherever we are at every moment, we have a special relationship with the one God of the universe who created each and every one of us and loves us just the way we are and loves our families and our parents and our grandparents. So if you're with a parent or a grandparent, if you're with a child or a grandchild, come close to them and you can hold them while we sing these words of the Shema together.
Do you want them to sit or no?
And you can sit down if you want, or you can stand, whatever you like.
So this has some hand motions, okay?
We're doing the cuddle thing.
The cuddle? No
Yeah.
hand motions, just cuddle? Okay.
Let's do the cuddle thing.
Just cuddle. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
That means listen, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. But what it means really is that there is one God who loves us, who made us just the way we are, who in every moment is there to give us strength. And when we feel like we need it, we can be reminded and we can say those magic words and just be reminded that God loves us and God sent us into the world and into our families to fill the world with blessing. And looking around, that's all that I see this Rosh Hashanah evening. And now we're going to have, you can sit down and you can still cuddle with your family. That's totally fine, right? But we've done the Shema. And now we're going to hear from Andre Ivory. And those of you who haven't met Andre, this is Andre Ivory. Andre is our educational director here at the synagogue. He leads our schools. and is absolutely fabulous. He wasn't with us yet last year, so this is his first chance to share a special Rosh Hashanah story with all of us, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Thank you, Rabbi. That just means his check cleared in the mail. I always pay for good compliments, but Shana Tova, everyone. The first thing I want to share with you is the Rosh Hashanah is also known as the birthday of the world. So because it's the birthday of the world, the story I'm going to share with you tonight begins with a boy by the name of Asher. And Asher goes home to find his mother making a huge birthday cake. Now, how big do you like your birthday cake? I like mine pretty big, like this big. I like frosting, so, I like my birthday cake pretty big. So his mother was making a birthday cake, and the second Asher walked in the door, Rosh Hashanah Eve, she said, "It's the birthday of the world." So what do you do on a birthday? You sing happy birthday. So join with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear world. Happy birthday to you. I had some beautiful harmonizing over here somewhere. It was great. So it's the birthday of the world. Asher says to his mom, well, if it's the birthday of the world, what's missing? There's something missing. You can't just have a cake and sing happy birthday. What else do you get on your birthday? Well, presents, right? So what do you get for the world? What do you get as a birthday gift for the entire world? What do you give? Peace. What else do you give? Chocolate, yes. Chocolate, plenty of chocolate. What else can you give the world? You can give honey and apples, yes. What else can you give? Good health. Well, Asher's mother said, I have a gift for the world. It's right here in this box. Well, what does the world get that's so tiny, right? I've received bigger birthday gifts, right? You want a big birthday. The world deserves a big birthday gift. So Asher's mom said, here, Asher, why don't you open up the present for the world? Asher took it in, took off the lid. Anybody want to take off the lid for me? What do you think is in this box? Oh, take off the lid. What's in the box? What's in the box? Nothing. Asher said there's nothing in the box. Don't you think the world deserves something bigger? Thank you for giving my top back. Thank you. Asher's mom said, the gift for the world is bigger than can fit in any box. And the gift that you give the world is you. You are the gift to the world. Each and every one of you. None of you can fit, in a gift box. What you give is what you have with your toes. Everybody touch your toes. Bring your toes up. You have toes and you have feet to do what with? You can walk and run. And then you have hands that can do what? You can high five people. You can high five people with your hands. You have big arms that you can hug people with. So give someone a hug. You also have eyes that you can see with. You have a nose that you can smell with, and ears that you can hear, and mouth that you can speak with. So you have much more than can be fit in a box. So on the birthday of the world, on Rosh Hashanah, you are a gift to the world, and especially a gift to your family. Shana Tova, everyone. Shana Tova.
Tova. Oh, what a beautiful story.
Shana Tova. Thank you, Andre, for that beautiful, beautiful story. And now, do we have that special telling?
We can just try it with the sandals. I don't know where it is. I forgot to look for it.
All right. So now we're going to do a special thing that every holiday, every Shabbat, it's customary to do, but we're going to do it together. Okay, and so I want parents to find your children if they're not nearby, and if they are nearby, perfect. And you can put your hands on their heads. You can put your hands on their heads. And if you want, this is actually a true story. When my son was 2.5 years old, after I did this to him, he stood up on a chair and put his hand on my head.
Aww.
So if you want to put your hand on your parents' head, I'm okay with that too. Because what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little repeat after me, and we're going to do a very special blessing. It's actually the oldest blessing in the entire Torah. It's the same words that thousands and thousands of years ago, the priests would bless the whole Jewish people. And in this way, the whole Jewish people continue to be blessed by the people they love most. And so if you'll repeat after me, Yevarechecha
Yevarechecha
Adonai
Adonai
V'yishmerecha,
V'yishmerecha,
which means may God bless and protect you. Ya'er
Ya'er
Adonai
Adonai
Panav
Panav
Elecha
Elecha
Vichuneka.
Vichuneka.
May God be good
May God be good
and gracious
gracious
and smile at
and smile at
you.
you.
Yisa
Yisa
Adonai
Adonai
Panav
Panav
Elecha
Elecha
V'yasem
V'yasem
Lecha
Lecha
Shalom.
Shalom.
May God's love
May God
shine on you,
shine on you,
giving you God's greatest gift
God's greatest gift
of joy and peace.
of joy and peace.
And together we say, Amen. And you can kiss your child or your parent,
I'm going to give you back to
and you can know how loved you are. All right, we are going to do a special blessing over this. Who knows what's in this cup? That's right, it's grape juice. It's grape juice.
It's grape juice.
And we're going to do the special kiddush, the special blessing that sanctifies this day as Rosh Hashanah over this grape juice, and then Cantor is going to chug it all while we cheer her on. All right?
Chug, chug. I'll probably remember the words, but I was trying to look for it. Can you find them for me?
Yeah, I can find it for you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikolam veromemanu mikol lashon v'kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu chagim uzmanim l'sason. Where am I? Oh, et yom hazikaron hazeh Yom Trua Mikra Kodesh Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu Vacharta Ve'otanu Kidashta Mikol Amim Udvarcha Emet V'Kayam La'ad Baruch Atah Adonai Melech HaKol Haaretz Mekadesh Yisrael Ve'Yom HaZikaron.
Amen.
And do we just do? Okay. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
Amen.
That's some good grape juice.
All right.
I think we should sing the Rosh Hashanah Boogie again before we send everybody home to eat.
Oh my God, the Rosh Hashanah Boogie was rocking.
Yes? Shall we boogie again? Woo! You can boogie. But if you're going to boogie, Adam, you should stand up. Make that boogie count. Well, some apple and some honey, so good and so sweet. Makes me want to clap my hands and move my feet and do the Rosh Hashanah Boogie. Ooh, ah. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah Boogie. Ooh, ah. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah Boogie and start the new year off right. With a prayer in our heart and a smile on our face, We'll think of ways to make the world a better place and do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
Ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. We'll be good to our families and kind to our friends until the Jewish New Year comes around again. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie.
ooh,
We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie and start the new year off right. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie. We'll do the Rosh Hashanah boogie. Start the new year off right. Hey! Round of applause! Round of applause!
Shana Tova, everyone. Thank you for being with us tonight. As a reminder, there are all kinds of amazing youth services over the course of the next 2 days. And in addition to that, we have another family evening service before regular Kol Nidre at 5 o'clock next Tuesday night, a week from Tuesday. So I'm sure we'll be seeing all of you again. But I just want to be the very first one to wish you a Happy New Year as we ring in 5783. I also want to mention that as you exit, there are volunteers from our youth committee, our Families with Littles committee here at the synagogue that are distributing and have bags with some treats for you and for your young ones to enjoy this holiday. Shana Tova, everyone, and thanks for being with us.
Shana Tova
Tikatevu,
Tikatevu.
Shana Tova Tikatevu.
A good year, a sweet year, a year of peace. Woo! Yai na 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 na. Yai na 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 na. Yai na ya na 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 na.
You may be seated. Shana Tova Umtuka, wishing you a joyous, a happy, a healthy, and a blessed new year. Thank you for being here as we bring in this new year tonight. I was thinking about the great Kotzker Rebbe, who was asked once by his students, where can I find God? Where can one find God? And what he answered is wherever you let God in. And that this night, that this holiday is a day in which we take a pause in our lives and we step back and we think a moment about how we open ourselves to God's wisdom and love, to the blessings of family and community, to be able to experience the wonder of the world, not taking it for granted, but opening ourselves to the manifold blessings that fill our lives. And so with that, we're going to bring in this holiday with our service beginning on page 5 in your Machzor Lev Shalem, so you can find a book like this right in front of you. We rise for the Baruch Hu, the call to prayer, on page 5.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
And we are seated.
Umavir yom, umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Page 6.
Avat olam bet Yisrael. Ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam balayla, ve'avatcha al tasir mimenu leolamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavcha, uv'chol nafshecha, uv'chol meotecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi metzavcha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והיה אם שמוע תשמעו מצוותי. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Let's read responsively in the English towards the bottom of page 7 and continuing on page 8. Truly, this is our faithful affirmation binding on us, that Adonai is our God and there is none other, and we, Israel, are God's people. God redeems us from earthly rulers. Our sovereign delivers us from the hand of all tyrants.
God brings judgment upon our oppressors, retribution upon all our mortal enemies.
God performs wonders beyond understanding, marvels beyond all reckoning.
God places us among the living, not allowing our steps to falter, and leads us past the false altars of our enemies.
God exalted us above all those who hated us, avenged us with miracles before Pharaoh, offered signs and wonders in the land of Egypt.
God smote in anger all of Egypt's firstborn, brought Israel from its midst to lasting freedom, led them through the divided water of the sea of reeds.
As their pursuing enemies drowned in the depths, God's children beheld the power of the divine.
They praised and acknowledged God's name, willingly accepting God's rule.
In the Hebrew at the caret on page 8.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורות תהילות אוסף אלה מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלי אנו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 9.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך והושיענו למען שמך והגן בעדנו והסד מעלינו אויב דבר וחרב ורע ויגון והסס שטן מלפנינו ומאחרינו ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו כי אל שומרנו מצילנו אתה Kiel melech hanun verachum ata ushmotzeitenu uvoenu lechaim uleshalom me'ata ve'ad olam me'ad olam Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch ata Adonai Hapores sukat shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. We rise as we turn to page 10, Tiku v'chodesh.
Tik'u v'chodesh shofar b'kesed leyom chageinu ki chuk leYisrael hu mishpat lelohei Yaakov Yitgadal ve'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah
Amen.
Me'alma divra kirutei V'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon U'v'yomechon U'v'chayedecho Beit Yisrael B'gala U'v'zman kariv V'imru Amen Yeshmer Rabba mevarach le'olam u'olmei olmaya Yitbarach ve'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar v'yitramam ve'yitnaseh V'yitadar ve'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Kudsha Brichu Leila Leila Mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran ve'alema ve'imru Amen.
We remain standing as we offer the silent Amidah on pages 11 through 17. It's an opportunity for us to offer the personal prayers and meditations of our heart, as well as to express the sentiments of our sages that you can find on the page. When you've completed your private prayer, feel free to be seated.
Shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Page 19, Kaddish Shalem.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbi.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayechon v'mechon v'chayir kol Beit Yisrael v'agalav v'zman kari v'imru amen.
Yehi Shmei Rabbi mevarach le'olam u'lomei omaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh ve'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei dekutcha
Berichu.
Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'alma v'imru
Amen.
Titgabal sultan v'utahon decho Yisrael kodam avuhon divishmaya v'imru
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru
Amen. We'll now offer a special prayer of healing for all those who are ill. If you'd like the words to sing along to, they're on page 115, but a lot of us know Debbie Friedman's version.
Mi shebeirach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
May the Holy One who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, brought healing to Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those for whom we now pray. May the Holy One restore them to fullness of health, of body, of mind, and of spirit, blessing them and all those dedicated to their care as they journey towards healing and recovery.
Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Refuah Shlema. We turn now to Kiddush Hashanah, the blessing of this new year, on page 23 in the Hebrew at the top of the page.
Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu shetechadesh aleinu et hashana hazot shenat chameshet alafim shiv'im me'ot shmonim v'shalosh utehizo shana shel sigsug shakulanu lemishbechotenu v'lekihilotenu Yiratzon shenashuv b'shana haba למקום הזה בבריאות וברגשי הודאה לשנה של שלום. שנה בה נמצא דרכים להיטב את חיינו בלימוד תורה בקיום מצוות. שנה בה נהיה פתוחים לנוכחות השכינה. שנה בה נחזק את יחסינו האישיים לאחרים ושיתוף פעולתנו בתיקון עולם. כן יהי רצון.
May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that the year 5783 be one of balanced and mindful growth for us as individuals, for our families and our communities. May we return next year in good health and in appreciation of a year of greater peace, a year in which we deepened our lives through learning and the performance of mitzvot, a year in which we were conscious of the divine presence, a year in which we strengthened and shared our commitment to tikkun olam, to the betterment of the world. In your great kindness, aid us, Adonai our God, to embrace this Rosh Hashanah with love and overwhelming joy as a gift from you. Through the celebration of this sacred Rosh Hashanah, may we attain a full and true faith. Help us to gather together the sparks of holiness within ourselves as we join with all the people Israel, congregating from their individual homes and joining together on these holy days of Rosh Hashanah to bless your sacred name. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Wonderful to be with all of you here in the sanctuary and also to be joined by all of you who are having wonderful meals, I'm sure, at your homes and the homes of family and friends who are joining us through the magic of the internet. I remember being asked in one of my very first classes that I taught over Zoom towards the start of the pandemic this question. My congregant said, Rabbi, is this plague biblical? Now, my congregant was, of course, referring to the plague of COVID-19, and you may recall that the original shutdown happened just after Purim, and at the time of this class, Passover was coming, and my congregant was thinking in mind the context of the plagues that we know well, blood, frogs, hail, death of the firstborn. And I thought for a moment, and I shared, what is it that makes an event truly a plague, truly biblical in scale? Of course that it's in the Bible, but beyond that technicality, why is it that we know the 10 plagues better, and for most of us know more about it than the bubonic plague, or smallpox, which was eradicated just about 50 years ago? It's not because of the number of people that suffered. It's because each year we read in the Torah about the 10 plagues. And not only that, at our seders in our homes, we recount the 10 plagues. And some of us have little finger puppets and masks to remind us of each of the 10 plagues. Some of us have frog toys that we put on our Seder tables. And in fact, I was once at a Seder, and this is something, if you have young children in your family that you might enjoy, that had Passover marshmallows that they threw up into the air for hail. Everybody loved that. And that given the material that we're discussing, all of these things seem to almost, in a certain sense, trivialize these plagues. But in fact, what happens? We remember them and know them because each and every year we reenact and we remind ourselves not only of the plagues, but the lessons of the Exodus story, of God siding with the oppressed over the oppressor, because we remember what happened to our ancestors and tell it not only as their story, but also as ours, asking ourselves what it was like for us when we left Egypt. We, during each of the plagues, take that finger and put it in our cup of wine, or for younger ones and sometimes older ones, grape juice, and place it to diminish our joy and to show our empathy for those that suffered, even to ensure our freedom. And because we remember these plagues, that's why they are so meaningful to us, because we reenact them, because there is a lesson that continues to be taught. And so I said to my Zoom class, whether the plague of COVID-19 is biblical in scale is up to us. If we choose to think of the lessons that we've learned during this time and figure out mechanisms by which we remind ourselves of this experience and share again and again and live differently because of it, then it will be truly biblical. And if we let this moment pass, we will have wasted that opportunity. I remember during rabbinic school when I served in my hospital chaplaincy rotation, and that one of the things that I knew I could always say to somebody if they didn't want to pray and they didn't want to vent, is I could say, what has this experience taught you? And it's not that anybody would wish an illness upon themselves, but everyone that was hospitalized had learned something from that experience and was different and changed because of it. And I think that's true for all of us with this pandemic, that each of us has learned something. It's not that we would wish it upon ourselves or on anyone. Many of us changed our lives in deeply meaningful ways. We reevaluated the world over the past 30 months. We made decisions that changed the world for ourselves and for our families. And I know some of you, uprooted ourselves from where we were and moved to the promised land of Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, that's right, we reprioritized and made more time to be with our loved ones. We found new passions, we changed professions, and so much more. And I want for you just a moment to ponder, to think about what it is, what's one thing that you've learned from this pandemic, from the experience of the last 2.5 years. And I want you to hold on to that. And as we think about what it is that we have learned through this time, through this challenge, let's realize that we have the opportunity to make this plague biblical, that we can share what it is that we have learned, that we can write it down, that we can talk about it at our Rosh Hashanah dinner tables, that we can share it with the people that we care about and that we love and cherish. The essence of our High Holidays theme of resilience this year is finding a way to move forward and make meaning of the challenges that we face. I admit, this sermon has been in my head for quite some time. Really, ever since I was asked the question and gave the answer I just shared with you. And when I first thought of it, I thought schools would be back in session in 2 weeks. How naive I was. But every time that I thought it was time perhaps to share this message, we'd all get to know another letter of the Greek alphabet as a new variant reared its ugly head. But then last Sunday, 1 week ago today, the president being interviewed on television announced, quote, that the pandemic is over. And I know that this means different things for different people. And that the losses and the struggles and that the learning from the past 2.5 years will continue to impact us and hopefully also fuel us to grow. May all that we have learned empower us to celebrate this sacred day and look forward to a new year of blessing and growth. Wishing you all a happy, healthy, and sweet new year. Shana Tova Umtuka. We rise now for Kiddush.
Oh, you get, oh, here, let's switch, because I drank from that one earlier. You get to have your own, look at you.
It's the finest vintage of grape juice. Page 24.
Mazel tov, you get your own cup. Kol hakavod, that's a nice sermon you gave. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ham veromemanu mikol lashon v'kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava et yom hazikaron hazeh yom trua mikra kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim Kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol amim udvarcha emet v'kayam la'ad Baruch atah Adonai melech al kol haaretz mekadesh Yisrael melech al kol haaretz mekadesh Yisrael melech al kol haaretz Mekadesh Yisrael, Melech al kol haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael, Melech al kol haaretz, Mekadesh Yisrael, Meyom hazikaron.
Amen. We continue standing, page 25, Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, latet kedusha liotze breshit, shelo asanu kigoye aratzot, velo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegod aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu kodim, umishtachavim umodim, Lifnei melech mache hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech kol haaretz bayom hahu Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad. Ushemo echad, ushemo echad, ushemo echad.
We are seated as we turn to page 27, the Psalm for the season of repentance. Psalm 27 on page 27. How fitting.
LeDavid Adonai uri mishi mimira Adonai me'oz chayai mimi efchad. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. Shifty, 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 you shifty v'veit Adonai kol yemei chayai, kol yemei chayai lachazot benoam Adonai uvaker behechalo, lachazot benoam Adonai uvaker behechalo. Shifty, 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 shifty v'veit Adonai כל ימי חיי, כל ימי חיי. כי יצפנני בסוכה ביום רעה, יסידני בסתר אוהלות. לולא האמנתי לראות בטוב אדוני בארץ חיים, קווה אל אדוני, חזק ויאמץ ליבך, וקווה אל אדוני.
We turn to the previous page, page 26. Mourners and those observing Yahrzeit, please rise and body your spirit, joining with me in the words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divara ke'rutei ve'gamelich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zamanin kariv ve'imeru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach le'alam ul'olmei ul'maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shemei dekudsha, barich hu. Le'ela u'le'ela, mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma, ve'imeru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimaromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshevei tevel ve'imeru. Amen. You may be seated. It's my pleasure now to invite Rob Young from our board to share this evening's announcements.
Lashana Tova Tikatevu. Thank you, Rabbi Green, Cantor Rubinstein, members, guests. Thank you also to our coordinator, Mitch Ross, and to all of our greeters and ushers. Thank you to Marie Lewis for providing tech services. Tomorrow is the first day of Rosh Hashanah. First services begin at 8:30 a.m. Second service begins at 11 a.m. Littles and youth services will start at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. An usher or greeter will be able to help you to find the location in the building for your particular children's service. Because space is limited, please attend services in person only if you received a ticket for that service by email. This includes littles and youth services also. Please bring your tickets, talis, kippot for all services. You can print out your ticket or you can show it on your phone. If you're scheduled to attend a service virtually or if you decide to do so, please see the email that was sent to you and it will give you the link. Please remember, if you have an honor or an aliyah, to check in with the coordinator about 15 minutes before your scheduled time. A reminder also that the parking garage across the street is not available to us during high holiday services. Parking is available in the surface lot just north of the parking garage, and everything should be clearly marked when you come down the street. All of the spaces in front of the synagogue are designated for handicap parking, and there's a drop-off area in the cul-de-sac in front of the synagogue. Finally, we want to take this opportunity to thank the very many volunteers in our congregation, as well as our staff members, Marie Lewis, Pam Carson, and Josh Schultz, who spent countless hours making sure that we could all worship for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur together in our own sanctuary. And just want to wish everybody again, Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. We turn it now to page 28, Yigdal.
יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח, נמצא ואין עת אל מציאותו, אחד ואין יחיד, כייחודו נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו. אין לו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף, לא נערוך אליו קדושתו, קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו. הינו אדון עולם וכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו, שפע נבואתו נתנו אל אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו. לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד נביא ומביט את אמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעמו על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו. לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו לעולמים לזולתו. צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו. גומל לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רע כרשעתו. ישלח לקץ ימין משיחנו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו. מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדיין שם תהילתו. מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדיין שם תהילתו.
Adonai oz lemo yitan, Adonai varech atamo v'shalom, shana tova umtuka, a happy, healthy, and sweet new year.
לשנה טובה תיכתבו, לשנה טובה תיכתבו. A good year, a sweet year, a year of peace.
Shana tova.
שנה טובה.
Shkoch, Cantor.